Okay, guys, I want to make a kind of a different video. I want to compile the 3 best penny stocks that I am currently in right now that could make a massive move before it even happens. I'm going to show you guys my exact entries that I posted in my Discord if you're in it. And I just want to talk about what I like about them, the different time frames, and just kind of go into real time of what I'm thinking. And I know there's tons of different strategies on how to trade. I just want to show you guys mine. Okay, so according to the Discord, I got into Givo at 1.94, and I got in a little earlier than I would like, but as you can see, this EMA 50 at the time was 1.92 right here. So I do like a little penny or two upwards. And so if you pull up Givo's chart, this is the first one I like, and I think this one could make a massive move. It's got massive volume. There's everything I like about it. You know, this thing has hit this upper Keltner channel, which is this red band, and that is a sell zone. That you can also short it there, and for price to come back to the reversion of the mean, which is your EMA 5, 10, 20, and 50. Now, just to make it in basic terms, when I say reversion of the mean, that means that, price is in balance when it's at this upper counter channel. So price has to come back to those EMAs. It has to, no matter how good the news is, price will do that because it's unsustainable up here. So that's why I look for momentum stocks that, hey, they can get moving, and I want to follow the trend idea. So EMA 50 is a bullish looking chart where you have the EMA 50 at the very bottom. You see how when you're in a downtrend, you're going to act as the 50 as resistance here. We hit this, go down. Hit the 20, go down. Hit the 50, go down. And Givo has had history where it has followed a nice trend for quite some time. I think this is a more of a better stock compared to a lot of stocks people are eyeing at. And you can see we haven't had a reverse split. This is a very, higher quality company. Yeah, it's looking a little boring right now, but I think my target here is always 10%. I don't want to, make it, sound like insane, like we could go all the way back to $3 when nobody really knows that. Do I think it can? It's a possibility, and I'll show you the way I'm going to play it if it does. So Givo is right now at 1.9. I got it at 1.94. I'm just kind of sitting there, and I did tell you guys that I will add more to Givo at 1.82, and I'm going to show you guys the 2 charts I'm looking at. Is the daily EMA 50 and the weekly EMA 20. And the reason why I said 1.82, well, look at the weekly EMA 20. This is going to be a stronger signal. That is sitting at currently 1.80. I do a cent or two above it, just in case if it barely hits it. But looks like yesterday it did get really super duper close. Barely missed my my entry here, and that would have been really good because then my 1.82 I would add extra shares, and my average would be way down here in the 180s. So basically, what I do is if you have $1,000, you put $500 on that first ad, and then another 500 on the second ad. 1,000, 2,000, 1,000, and then 1,000. So whatever you like to do. And my stop loss is usually 15%. Okay, so when I'm looking at both charts, yes, I like how that we went over here and hit this daily EMA 50. When we had this long lower wick coming back up, we're kind of having a body of a candle closing under it, which is fine because if you look at the weekly chart, we are having a very strong signal on that EMA 20. You hit it many times here, and we had these monster moves up. I do think we can maybe get a nice push. I don't think 10% is out of the question. But yeah, to get 10%, use your data price range. Price can go back into the $2.10. That should not be that hard to do. And what I plan on doing, let's say I bought 1,000 shares, I'm going to take 900 shares off at 10% gain and hold the last 100 shares at break even. That way, it's a matter of how much more money do I make. If this thing really does want to get pumping, and it had this retest phase, so it went all the way down here, and we could easily just shoot out of this range here. You can easily see what is happening here. We're in a bull flag pattern here. We have this retest back down. You have this right here, this trend line here that's getting hit. We can clearly see, okay, this was the top. This is the top. And we're kind of like going down there, and you can look at the bottom channels, and you'd be like, well, what's acting as support? And these EMAs will make it dummy proof for you, and where to put the buy zones at, right? So we can see right here, we broke out of this top area here, right? We broke out of it, we had this, and now we come back down, and you can see how it's acting as support. So we're getting tight to eventually where, we could easily come out. Ideally what I want to see is we break through here and we start to make a new high. Is that going to happen exactly how I want it to? No, the market is going to do whatever it wants, but that's ideally what I see for GIVO. Okay, so I talked enough about GIVO. I have my add-on 1.94, 1.82, the daily EMA 50. I did my first ad. Weekly EMA 20 is my next. 10% target, about 15%. Actually, I could probably make this stop loss even tighter. I could probably do about a 10% stop loss if it closes this much onto the weekly EMA 20, and that has to be, I'll see from there. I'll let you guys know in the Discord about that. Next stock that I got in, if you are following the Discord, is SLDP. SLDP is a very interesting stock too. They had recently good news. They hit this upper band here. I'm in this one at a better entry than my GIVO right now. This one I'm in at, I even gave you guys stop losses that I'm looking at, but I'm in this one at 1.49. And the reason is we had this clear indication of the EMA 50 getting hit. We had this bullish momentum up here. I can very easily see this chart going up. That was the after before. This is now what it looks like after I alerted this. We are up 3%. Can this go up massive? We've seen it do it before. We've seen this go up 30%. We've seen this thing go up from $1 all the way to $2.70 in a matter of days. I don't think this thing can. I think this thing can get rallying. Same thing like GIVO. We had this nice bull flag happening. We had this lower lows, pattern happening where you're hitting this here. You can kind of say, okay, well, either way, we're looking for this upper trend line to get broken out. And where you look for your entries is the daily EMA 50. Can I lose a weekly chart? Well, here's what's happening on the weekly chart. The weekly is kind of coordinated with the daily, so I don't need to look at the weekly because it's the same thing. So sometimes the weekly chart will give you a better entry. As you can see with GIVO, it spotted it dead on, okay? SLDP, you can look at the news. They had has the technology, but end consumers might lack the appetite. Reiterate a buy. So Needham reiterates a buy on Solid Power, maintains a $2 price target. Solid Power strategic positioning and financial to drive up buy ratings in emerging ASSB market. They are dealing with the automobiles and auto parts. I think this is a really solid company. I think this can get going, and we can look at their past. We have no reverse splits. Very good. Another solid company that probably won't be a pump and dump in my opinion. All right, next solid company that I want to go over to, and it's very volatile, and I got in today, is VRME. You want to make the most massive money, this is the stock that can do it. This is the stock that makes big swings, big upside movements. As you can see, the daily chart hit the upper Keltner channel. That means it's very bullish, and not just because it hits that, but we want to see the EMA 50 crossover. Right in here, we hit this upper Keltner channel, but we didn't see the crossover till right on this candle here. So I know this is very bullish. I know there's a lot of eyes. I know there's tons of volume on it. I got in on this thing on the weekly chart. I said, you know what, guys? If this comes into, I posted this at 9:30 in the morning before the market opened. I said, if it goes to the weekly EMA 5, I'll take a shot at it. I'm buying at 2.33. At that time, that weekly EMA 5 was 2.32. I put a penny higher. I didn't think it was going to go there. I really didn't. You can see this opened up around 260s. We had this beautiful dip onto 233. So you tell me that the algos are not looking at this level. How convenient that the algos push this down for max pain on this weekly chart, and we have this buying power coming in. As you can see, yeah, it's slightly there. It's at 227, but I like to put it slightly above it, as this can fluctuate, and you can see it can get very close and then go up from there. All right, just like in this thing, you see how we hit this, we come back to the weekly EMA 5, and look at this massive move in 1 week time frame. We go up 247%. This is my highest valued alert. If you have more of a risk appetite, this is the stock to go with. I think this thing can make a big move. My stop loss is going to be slightly under between the EMA 10 and the 5. So I can risk 12% for a potential to make over 100% returns on this stock. That is a good risk versus reward. Obviously, though, to keep it simple, I take 10% profits all the time, and I hold the rest of my shares at break even, just like I mentioned with GIVO. So I got in at 233, nailed this one dead on. To get 10%, you're looking at 260. Not that hard to get, right? I think that's going to happen a lot, and I'm probably going to scale out 80% of my position, or actually probably 70%. I feel really confident this thing can make a banger of a move. 70% of my position at 10% gain. I'm going to hold the 30% at break even. That way, you know, if this thing goes up 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, I can slowly accumulate out. I can put my trail and stop on, and we're going to lock in the gains. I like this one a lot on the weekly EMA 5, and we'll see what it goes, because I was eyeing this one, and thank goodness I didn't get in this one earlier, because as you hit this upper counter channel, usually I would get in on this EMA 10, but I was in a lot of other plays that were making mass, you know, I was in a lot of plays. I don't like to put in too much size and too many plays. So I made a lot of money on the RVSN that I took yesterday, as you can see in the Discord. I said I'm in RVSN around 93 cents. I'm not regretting my decision. This was the chart for RVSN. Weekly gave us that nice signal too, and we made over 20% this morning on it, on some news they had. So same thing on here. VRME is in the software and IT services that I like. It has EMA 20. You're starting to see a little bounce on this area, and the weekly EMA 5 coordinated to the both entries here. We had the weekly EMA 5 at a 227, EMA 20 around like 236. So I kind of got in the middle of both those. This one, I think, can get an explosive move up. So don't sleep on this one. This was one of my favorites. I like all these companies, and these are solid companies, as in my opinion, as this one has never done. Well, they did way back here, but they're not really, you know, trying to destroy shareholders with lots of reverse splits. These are my 3 best penny stocks, guys. If you guys want to join the premium Discord, see these alerts in real time, know when I get in. Obviously, you could have got in on VRME at 2.33. My other alerts, and then on my SLDP, I got in at at 1.49, and then Givo I got in at 1.94. So I'm just going over that. Obviously, you're not going to get the most precise bottom. Sometimes I do, sometimes you don't. You just play the system. You have a clear plan, have a clear stop loss, and that's all there is to trading. And that's what I teach in this Discord. If you guys want to join the premium Discord, hit the link down below in the YouTube comments below. It'll say join the premium Discord for my alerts, and it'll take you to this free chat landing page when you come in. If you want to join the membership, all you have to do is hit day trade alerts right here, and you'll get access to my swing trades and day trades for $12 a month. Very cheap, very affordable, and try to make it where everyone can dip their toes. The day trade alerts, we are on, I think, 8 wins in a row, okay, doing this unique strategy. I think you guys are going to love this strategy. If you like the swing trading strategy, the day trading strategy you're going to like even more, in my opinion. It makes you money every day. And then the swing trade alerts are going to be all right in here. I also have day trading education, swing trading education. Most important video is to watch this video so you get your chart set up. And then I also do live streams a lot of the time, and I'll ping you guys, say, hey, I can go in live. If you have any questions, now's the time to ask. All right, guys, if you subscribe, do it on your computer to avoid the iOS fee. If you have an Android, you will have to do it on your phone's browser like Google or Safari and not through the app, as they're having issues. But it's best to just do it on a computer, and everything will be normal. You'll avoid the iOS fee, and you guys are going to love this strategy. So I'm going to work my butt off to show you guys a strategy that works. I'm going to always improvise it as the market gives me and things that I see. I've updated this strategy many times. It's been getting better and better. I think we're at the point where this is just really good on how to find momentum stocks, wait for pullbacks, and play those reps. All right, guys, that is my 3 tickers that I'm looking at. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to, just keep updated on what I'm planning on doing, I will let you guys know in the swing trade alerts and in the premium chat on what I plan to do. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give this video a like, subscribe, comment. I'll upload more for you guys, but these are my 3 best penny stocks. Peace out and happy trading.